expand my knowledge base of the local history, and I'm just glad to be a part of today's activity.
My name is Shirley Statham. I'm a librarian at Prairie View A&M University, and I was invited by the police staffers, even though you ever had a meeting or anything. I'm from Houston, north of, I say north of Fifth Ward. All the cool people say it's Fifth Ward. My parents called it Ryan's Edition. But both my parents are from East Texas, Panola County. And so, we have a lot of cemeteries in Panola County. But, that's it. I'm here because I'm librarian at Prairie View.
I'm Jacqueline Sheely. The students call me Miss Pat. I've just started the only bed and breakfast here at Prairie View called the Cozy Pine Home. So if you ever have relatives coming into town and you need a place for them to stay, come by the Cozy Pine Home. I was born in Prairie View back in the late 40s, and but I migrated to Corpus and lived there until I graduated from high school and moved back to Prairie View to attend Prairie View, and I'm a graduate. I have my BS and Master's from Prairie View. I like to travel and see what other people are doing in other parts of the world. I had the opportunity of living in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, and to hear their history of cemeteries and whatever, it's a lot different from what we have. They have, the land is their mother, and they really are into their culture. So hopefully we can do something like that here in Prairie.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marie Herndon. This is my sister. We were both born here in Prairie View. We actually had a hospital, a viable, active, operating hospital here on this campus. During the time that I grew up here, husbands and wives were not allowed to teach on campus together or work on campus together. So therefore, now you know that's going to break up some black families. You know, I think that was probably by design. So that's how we ended up in Corpus Christi. Nobody would hire my mother, even though she had a master's degree from Prairie View. Both my parents are Prairie View graduates. Both of us are Prairie View graduates. I sent my children back here from California to be Prairie View graduates. My son owns Creekside Apartments there in Prairie View. He's on the Prairie View Police Department. He was a firefighter. He's now on the Prairie View Police Department. But back to what I was saying about husbands and wives not being allowed to work on campus together, that broke up a lot of the black families here in Prairie View. Although, oddly enough, it was usually the women that were traveling. There were some that traveled to Brookshire, some traveled to Navasota. My mother ended up getting a job in Corpus Christi. So that's how we happened to integrate the schools there in Corpus Christi. We integrated before they integrated here in Waller County. And we didn't have any problems. I never went to jail. I did protest. I did sit-ins. But we even did sit-ins here in Hempstead before, when I was in college. We were civilly disobedient, but we never were tearing up property or anything. They would have us eating at the back door. You go to the back door, or we go to the movies. We'd have to sit in the balcony. Well, the students got together. Maude Ferguson was Miss Prairie View at the time. And the campus did not like us doing that. They didn't like us being civilly disobedient. So she said, fine, you take your crown back. And we proceeded to be civilly disobedient. And that's why you young people now, that's one reason you're able to work in the stores and work other than as custodians, because that's all they would let us do. We could not handle the money. We could not work behind the cash register. So that started opening up at that time. I marched twice to Hempstead so students would have the right to vote. So we have fought the fight. We're going to continue to fight the fight. But I came back here and to rest and dress and do nothing in '02. Mr. Jackson wouldn't allow that. I ended up on the city council for 14 years. And then I said, well, okay, fine. Now I'm back again working with the city. I'm not an elected official, but I am working with the city. So this is home. I came home. People say, you don't leave Los Angeles and go to Prairie View? Who in their right mind does that? I do, because this was home. Where what's the dormitory right behind the bowling alley, the new one? The View, that's where we live, so you guys have built on top of my dog Buster's berry factory or something. So you see those bowls?
You gonna tell us this whole story all over again?
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, everybody. I'm Frank Jackson. I'm originally from Caldwell County, what they call DeWitt's Colony, around Gonzales and Luling and our team. My people got into Caldwell County around the 1830s. My family cemetery is 2 miles outside of Gonzales. I grew up in Luling, Texas. Came to Prairie View, went to school, graduated from Prairie View. Came back here with the Navy, been here for the last 40 years. So, served as mayor, county commissioner, and it's been a good run. I'm still fire chief in Prairie View, so glad to be here.
I'm Juanita Baldry. We moved here 40 years ago. I'm from East Texas. That's it.
Okay. I'm Annette Baldry. I'm from Prairie View. My roots are in Prairie View. My mother was born in the hospital that Ms. Herndon spoke of. She graduated from Prairie View with her undergrad and her master's. My grandmother did the same. She was from Athens, Texas, which is in East Texas. My grandfather came from Pennsylvania. So those are my roots. They owned the first store there, and I worked there for 32 years and have retired from Prairie View. Go Panthers.
Oh, my name is Shay Jackson. I'm a Prairie View College student. I'm a junior and in political science major. Oh, okay. I don't know the name.
Hey y'all, my name is Erin Stewart. I'm a biology major. I'm an African American Studies and English minor, and I'm a third generation Prairie View attendee.
Sharon, just walk in. Sharon, introduce yourself and let them know why you're here.
Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Gillens, and I live in Galveston, Texas. But my mother's family is from out here, both sides of her family. That would be the Branch side on the maternal side and the Burton side on her paternal side. And I'm just excited to be here. Thank God. And this is my husband, Curtis.
My name is Curtis Julian, and I'm delighted to make this journey over here from Galveston to Lamar.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I was gonna get you. Come on. Well, hi, I'm Alexis Kedley. I'm a junior student at Prairie View University, majoring in sociology, minoring in health. And yeah, I'm here because I like to learn about these things. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I just
Hello, I'm Lisa Stafford. I am the daughter of George and Eula Stafford. We have lived in Prairie View for all my life, pretty much, so since 1963. My dad was the director of admissions at Prairie View, and also at one point he was the interim athletic director. But I'm the fourth of 5 kids. And I currently am working at the John B. Coleman Library. I've been there 6 years. I work in the Special Collections and Archives. I'm the Special Collections Librarian, so which is wonderful for this group because I have access to a lot of the historical documents that pertain to the city of Prairie View, the community, as well as the university. So I'm actually one of the newly appointed commissioners for the city of Prairie View. We formed an African American Cultural Heritage Commission at the end of December last year, and I'm one of the commissioners. Ms. Herndon is one of the other commissioners, and there's three additional. And I'm just glad that we have this assembly of people of all different backgrounds, and they bring a lot of different history. All of you all represent, years and years of history, descendants, and that kind of thing. So I'm here to learn, y'all, I always thought I knew a lot about prairies, and I'm learning that I don't know as much as I thought. So that is a good thing, and I'm happy that you all are here with us today on this beautiful Saturday. And let's learn from each other.
All right, thank you all. We can stop